What's going on, pros? This is Mike with another Dirty Promotions video. I haven't recorded anything for a while. Been very busy with my dirty tool store. But anyway, this is Sunday. This is my neighbor's truck, and this is the one everybody hates to do because it's oldie, this, that, and all kind of stuff. And it's relatively easy, actually. This is the ones that I started back in 1983 when I started tinting. They gave me all these horrible animals. I didn't know whether it was hard or not. It was just a job to me. So anyway, we're gonna do hand cutting, and I'll probably, stop the video in certain windows only because this is one video, this is one video. You don't need three exactly of stuff, whatever. You already have tons of these, but I'll do it again. Removal of the sweep and cutting and tinting of that window. I think, let me see if I got any. These guys have some of this stuff right here. All right, and I have a door cover over there. I'm gonna be needing these for this a little bit later. I hope you enjoyed, guys. So in this one, it has some hardware on the inside, and you are very you're able to see what's up with the hardware. It's Sunday today, so I'm not wearing my real fancy clothes or whatever, but anyway, typical clothes. You can see right there where the rubber gasket and that blue little section is making contact with the glass. So I kind of get an idea just observing it from the outside what I'm going to be up against when I take the film on the inside. I will trim some of that gasket on the inside. Some people like to take it out. I really don't care to do that, but if you all want to take it out, knock yourself out. Show a video, because I've never seen anybody actually do a video on removing a window. It actually educates us all, and if I think it's worth it for me to do it in the future, I'll do it. But for all these decades, this has been working perfectly and nobody had a complaint about anything. So what works, the wheel, all that kind of good stuff, we're not going to reinvent it. Ceramic 5%. This one happens to be from Global. If you're asking me, I do sell window film. I don't have a ceramic line yet. I only have ceramic and windshields, and I'm just waiting for the improvements on the other ceramic line that I have that I'm gonna install. Okay, and I'm gonna brand and all that kind of stuff. I know a lot of people do this really fast. I'm gonna do it as fast as I can to do a video. You guys can learn. Okay. Bum, bum. I'm gonna use this film again on the inside, so I'll leave it close by there. Okay. This film is backwards. We're gonna do this. So one of the things that I'm going to do, this particular vehicle is actually cut all the way around with the exception of the bottom, so I can retrim on the bottom, and that's it. Now I can get a little bit better approximate on the cut. Okay, dig your finger and get it started. Use the rubber gasket as a guide. Just use it as a guide. Use a good click. I'm thinking somewhere around there. It's okay. So same thing over here. Gotta do it like that. That's it. The rest of the trim I'll do it in the inside. You guys are, there you go. I did a PPF on that BMW on the frontal last night, and I have to babysit it today. Make sure that it's good as far as the, well, I'll leave that here for right now. Any bubbles, whatever, you know, typical PPF stuff. You don't want to hit yourself there, huh? Okay. I forgot to clean that back window, my bad. It's very important because when I do a clean on the inside, I don't want to have anything about that I forgot one thing or another, or that it looks like a dust and it's not a dust. I haven't tinted in a while, guys, by the way. Anyway, it's all good. There it is. Okay. Little vents. And I bought the drill because that thing we're gonna probably remove, more than likely. Once I'm in there, I'll let you know. My neighbor bought this vehicle probably about 3 months ago. He's been jacking around with it. He's got cameras in it and shit. It's just an oldie. My knees are gonna hate me tomorrow, but this is just steel right here. So anyway, do the best we can. Okay, rubber gasket, rubber gasket. This right here is impeding me, so that's what we're gonna use this drill right here. One. A rusty motherfucker. Two. Ready to fall, huh? Oh. I guess this one wasn't really on. Okay, so I got 4 screws. I'm gonna put it probably right on the floor right here so I don't get stabbed by him later. My trusty knife right here, the Torx tool, dirty handle, all the tools. I mean, I use them. I don't develop them just to look at them. I use all of them right here. Okay. As you can see, when I'm trimming this, I'm exposing right here on the outside. You see that? Now we have something to hide the film for gap of light up there, and we didn't have that before. So have a control click like this and go ahead and cut it around evenly, and it doesn't matter who it is when they look at it. If you do it evenly, you won't be able to detect that it was cut or not, just like that. Okay, I don't have too much access there, so I'm gonna go like here. This one I'm doing it just a little bit of an angle that way so that my film can hide a little bit that way. Remember that I did cut on the sides on both of them. So what that means is that the film right here is going to be flush. Here is going to be no gap or nothing. So when the driver is looking at it, this cover right here is pretty much in the way, so it's hiding. And this one at the top's going to be hiding, but it's all going to be done. I'm going to do it right here in front of y'all that way. You can see that it's now, nobody taught me how to do the trimming. Well, actually, as my second teacher of window tint taught me how to do the trimming back in like 84 or something like that. Okay, there it is. If people say that this is gonna fall off or this, nah, man, it's just excess. Kind of like when you're fucking trimming your nails, you know, when they get too long or whatever. Same shit here. So I'm creating a nice gap all the way around. This is as even as you can get right here. There you go. This guy goes out the door. I'll clean him up a little bit later. I did get my square blade right here, put in the back. We're gonna clean the top real quick. Now, the additional step you guys can do when you do mobile or and stuff like that, and you think it's going to be a little bit too hard for you, you can go ahead and pre-cali, meaning like you can pre-peel the film, have it nice and moist and ready. That way when you're in here, because film is pressure sensitive, it's sticky, you have a problem peeling it and stuff like that. The windows, the truck in general is real clean. I'm not saying that it's been restored like, but it's really clean, man. Guy did a good job of cleaning it up. When I saw he bought it several months ago, I saw that it was pretty much identical, so he bought a clean truck. Okay. This guy is not really gonna be in the way or nothing. I'm just gonna, when I do my thing, I'm gonna do it under, and that'll be that. Okay, so we get our film pattern, which is right here behind me, and lo and behold, I think it's gonna fit. Okay, we're gonna do our thing, and you can see what's going on right here in front of the tube. There's our pattern. There's a 100% coverage. There you go, all the way to the top. So when I was telling you about the covering of the light, okay, there it is. So I can see right here, there you go, no gap, no gap, a little bit up, there you go, no gap, no gap, zero gap. Why would I want to remove the window when I have a technique like this, right? So that's pretty much what I want to show you, that you guys can do the same thing. So now I'm going to go ahead and just finish cutting, do this, throw it outside here. I have my clipper things, but he's in my pouch, and right now it's very uncomfortable as it is. So I'm gonna squeeze this guy down with a fingernail, go like there, all the way to the bottom. One click all the time, pretty much. It's a controlled cut, what I say, right? Okay, he's done. Done. I'm going to crease that little round there. He's done there. The other way you guys can do it is actually, it's a lot easier than this, but for mobile guys that want to cut everything on the inside. Okay, so it's already cut there, nice. And I'm just going to go ahead and replicate my cuts. So I'll do this right here, take it off, and you can see that my cuts are here going to be rounding because they're excess. I cut them over. So I'm going to do this, this. And once you lay it, you won't be able to see anything because it's going to be behind that rubber, and that will be that. Okay, what I mean, I want to replicate my process is that I get my film here, I fold them over, and I do this, and he's gonna be just like that. So you trim the stuff and you pretty much lay it, and that's it. Okay, let me go ahead and clean it, prep it, and then go ahead. Okay, I just did that trim, and I'm gonna do this here. And I rearrange my knees because I look like a contortionist, kind of that shit, like, whoa, man. Okay, so that's done, and we have some lintless rags here. I'm just gonna go ahead and do this real quick with my all-in-one. He's good. All the way down, good. All the way across. That's why I call them all-in-one, because really you can do whatever you need to with this one. You can apply film, shove corners, shove bottoms, and you can do this on the side. It's got some Teflon tape, all-in-one. This is one of my early versions from a long time ago, and I'm one of those guys that I don't like to throw tools away just because I want to be fancy. I use the fuck out of them forever. You guys have a beautiful one already in your product offerings from Dirty Tools. Real nice looking. So we're gonna do this. It's one swipe. That way, when the film might touch the bottom, and probably will, we have nothing in there. That's pretty much it. Also, these high volume triggers, we also have them at the store available if you're asking me, because people ask me about every single tool. What is this? What is that? Okay, I'm telling you now. Okay. So this guy is already pre-cut. I showed you how to do it all the way around. I think that was self-understood. Clean your finger, do that. Get your film. Get them like pretty much like a towel. Put them over your hand and slowly flip. You know, release some of the liner. There you go. Got them. Okay. And this is I don't know why it's a challenge to a lot of people, but cramped spaces, well, do exercise. You know, I'm not a young buck anymore, but I do exercise and yoga and all that. So as far as like being agile to move, it's necessary. It's necessary. So okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and hold it from here. I already licked my finger. And same thing, hopefully, for that side. We're gonna do this right here. And I did promise that it's probably gonna touch the bottom. You can see I already swiped on the bottom. So I'm gonna do this here. And here you go. There. 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 Just like that. I'm gonna go like, what's up? Okay, so he's spread all over. There you go. He's spread all over. There you go, right there. Just enough to cover the gap of light. No gap here like I promised. No gap here or here or here or here. Use enough slip all the time. Oh. Where's my, oh, here it is. Too many tools here. Okay, so we're gonna do this, and people are like, how do you avoid getting shit from the top down? Okay, so I installed it. I already did my all-in-one thing at the top, and one of the things you don't want to do, so you can go ahead and get a no shit coming down, is that don't get this and then slam the water up, because once the water touches the top, it's gonna come down. So now that I got it there, I'm just gonna go ahead and use my all-in-one and swipe all the way across like this, and he's pretty much ready. I see a couple of things here with my fingernail, make him small. I don't know where they came from, but right now at this point it doesn't matter. Okay, so all the way across here, all the way across here, all the way across here, under like that. And that's the reason for the all-in-one tool. People thought it just something I use it to pull it out of my ass a tool. No, man, this is so useful. I mean, when I developed it, I had it as a prototype for a long time, and pretty much it was all in one. Okay, so that's pretty much it. I'm gonna cut the video, do some of these, but I'm gonna clean them up for you before I just do one pre-cut, and that's it. You get the idea what's going on with that one. So that's about it. This one, just go ahead and finish it off like normal. Finish it off like normal. Talking too fast here. And distribution is always key, and do it slowly, and that way you don't have any dirt or anything like that. Okay, all the way to the bottom. This is my Torx 2. People ask me, what's your go-to? My go-to is something that's in the medium durometer, but not so soft. So this is one of my go-tos for this particular. This is a flat window, so you can use Torx 1, Torx 2, whatever you want. It won't matter. because it doesn't have curves that you're going to be concerned about. Oh, there you go. What I did on my Torx 2 here is that I cut it at an angle so it could reach behind there, so it's just modified for this particular video. All right, we're pretty much done. If you have any concerns, all in one, wrap it very slowly at the top, suck that water out, and that's it. There's nothing else to do at the top. Don't fidget with it anymore. Leave all the water, just do its thing from the top. Nothing's gonna come down there. Leave all the water, just do its natural flow down at the end. Clean up all this junk and shit like that, okay? So let me go ahead and prepare one of these for right now for you guys. I was gonna stop the video, but I think it's easy enough. Square blade right here. This guy out there. This is gonna be necessary for the smaller windows. We also have on the website, we have everything on the website. Everything that I use, I sell. Okay, this guy right here has a little bit of film. The same thing as the back window. We're gonna do a little bit of trimming. That's why I want to stop the video so I can get my tools. Here you go. Okay, so this is cutter. NT. Okay, do that. Oh, okay. What I was talking about was, as far as the trimming, you can do a little bit of trimming. This rubber is like big, like fuck. You can cut 1/4 inch all the way around so you can have no gap and it'll work just the same. So I'm just gonna make sure that because it had film, none is there. And you're gonna see pretty much same deal. Mobile tinners, hand cutters, all alike, same deal. Put it there. Give me one of these guys here. Gonna get my film right here, about yay much. Boom. Put him back somewhere where you don't bug me. Cutter there. There she went. I guess there's nothing in there, huh? Okay, so we do that. Hand cut. You can cut in the outside if you like to. I'm just gonna go ahead and find a little crevice like that, and then from there continue my cut. One click. I already kind of like spent it a little bit. Out. Go ahead and do one click, even less that much. Okay, that's why the NT is a superior weapon of choice for applicators, because you have the ability to do that. Okay, so after you've done your pre-cut, what we want to do is, see that there's a slight gap of light. I want to go ahead and do kind of like the back window. We're going to cut. Then I'm going to go ahead and roll it. I'm going to push it this way a little bit, just a tad. You do the same with the 4 ones. And hey, dirty, it's a lot of work. It is, but that's what we signed up for. Okay, I already covered the gap. As you see, I already covered the gap. I'm going to do this real quick. Hold them. That's what I had to do in the old days. There was no other, you know, there was no plotter, no internet or FaceTime. Okay. All the way down. Just I'm gonna wear a film so it can help you with a cut. Okay. Do that. Like, yeah, fuck that, I ain't doing all that. I know, you don't have to do all that. But that's that, it's cut. And that's the reason I'm telling you, trim a little bit, because you'll be saving a little bit of the gap of light if you're gonna have one, right? I'm just gonna do this here. And he's done. Oh, I cut myself. Fuck. Look at that. First cut on TV. Anyway, so I'm gonna do that. Do this right here. All the way down. All the way down. Boom. There you go. Pretty much done. We're gonna do this. Oh, I saw something here. There you go. This guy is gonna be out. There you go. This guy right here. There you go. Gonna put a band-aid so I don't want to get the guy's truck messed up. Get your pattern. This is gonna go to the top, bottom. Always bite it from the bottom so that you don't have any evidence that there's a crease here or there. Will you look at my bloody finger? Okay, I'm gonna do it like this. Never touchy the film. I did on the bottom, I know, but never touchy the film. You can have no fingerprints on your install. There. Gap a light, up. And that's the end of that. Look at that blood right there on my film. Shit. Okay. Straight down. Bum. All right. So if you guys want to see a side window, I have other videos with the side window, so I don't want to do a lot of repeat videos. This one I never showed, so now I'm showing you. So there's a real nice clean install. Oh, Dirty, you got a lot of shit here and shit there. Well, you saw this. This is very like kind of like, there it is. That one I have a lot of videos, and I know the time is running, and now I have to like band-aid myself. So let me go ahead and maybe do one of these, but let me go ahead and put something here. So I'll be right back. Okay, guys, GoPro, stop recording. Okay, so now we're already done with all these back windows, all the way around. Nice, no problem. So we're good. We're gonna go in and work with these right here. Sometimes they wiggle and move. Got a little bit of old film there. I'm still gonna cover it because it's kind of like well kept. Removal of this gasket right here. It's got a couple of teeth. There you go. Okay, the teeth, just like that. So it has an interlocking mechanism inside, kind of like reverse bites down there, right here. So whenever you grab it, you can do this and up, okay? Or do this and up, and it will dislodge from those clips. There's a brand new gasket, like I said, it's been guys been working on it and stuff like that. So additionally, we're gonna put some tape on it because all this right here is just fuzz from yesteryears and all that kind of stuff. And even if it's a new one, it's still fuzz. I do not condone, and I hate fucking people that burn it with a fucking torch. It's fucking ridiculous. It smells like burnt animal after you do that. So no way, Jose, not for me. I'm just gonna tape it. But if you wanna do the torch thing, it looks cool on TV. There you go. Okay, there's that, simple as that. And then we're gonna do this side over here. Not that much. Right there. Guide it with my and flip it over. And that's about it. I'm gonna put him here. This right here, same scenario. Cut it as much as we can to the edge. It's also a challenge for even some of my guys to do that. Okay. Ceramic film. This is Lumar IRX. We're gonna do see if we can do this right here on the tube successfully. If not, pues ni modo. It'll be embarrassing. So this is gonna go like this. All right. Before I forget. Okay, so we'll start with this one. Do a pre-cut, see how fast we can do it, because I got another customer is going to be coming in a couple. Pre-cut. Lumar RX, as I mentioned. There it is. Start from the bottom, align it, and this is going to be doing that deal. Just go ahead and trim it. I'll buy Felicia. Okay. It's already good on the bottom, so it won't move. Close position, start here. Oh, yay much, not too much. There, 2 clicks, that way I can really dig in there, like that. Not yay much. Stop. So what the reason for stopping is because you can see right there, like it shifts and all that kind of stuff. I wanted to go ahead and do this, move it as much as I can, hold it, and then follow this trim up here, and then release them, and it's going to go back like that. Same thing here. I'm going to pull them this way as much as I can, do my cut up here. Okay, that way we don't have a raunchy ass cut that has a big ass fucking. Okay, I'm gonna do about right. Okay, it's pretty much as good as gonna get, right? This right here, I'm gonna shift him this way, and that's the reason I didn't cut right here. It's gonna be another trick right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove him. I'll do the trim first. For the other side here. Okay, so gotta get this guy here. A little bit more. I gotta follow the angle for sure. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do right here. Okay, so I am gonna shift him this way and he won't be over, and that'll be that. You're gonna see that live on the tube right now. So let me get this deal here. Remove this out of the way. A lot of glue, glue. On this one, I know I have my plastic razor blade. Don't use it on this one because this one has yesteryears of shit and it has glue. So you're gonna have to bring out your stainless steel square blade and do that. Shift them, do that all the way to the edge. You see all the glue and stuff like that. Remove it. All the way down. A lot more glue. The glue are predominantly in the edges, but still I'm going to do it all over the window. A lot more glue, as you can see. The reason for the stainless knives is not because of the sharpeners and all that stuff. Yes, the carbon are very sharp, and I don't like to use them on glass unnecessarily, especially on today's cars. That first of all, today's cars are very aerodynamic, so they're curved like this. When you get a blade and you do this, you're not touching the glass. The edges are touching the glass, and that's where scratches come in. This is very square, so I'm not afraid of working it because the edges are not touching the glass. Just the blade itself is touching the glass, which doesn't harm it at a certain angle, obviously. So we're done there. Let me go ahead and do this real quick. There you go. That way, because when I bottom load it, I don't want nothing at the bottom, obviously. Right now, I can use this for the bottom. Whatever shit, just I'm pushing it to the side. Okay. We clean our things here. Make sure that ahí está más o menos. Remember, we're going to guide ourselves by the top, not necessarily by the sides, because the sides right now, they're kind of like moving, shifting every time we open and close the deal, right? So that sounded like the door of my customer outside. It is Sunday. I don't work on Sundays, but he wanted to do it yesterday. We had a power outage because we had some storms, real bad storms, rocked through the area. And the light went out and I had to stop working at about 3:30 p.m. Oh, you plotter guy, stop it. No, it wasn't a plotter. It was really the light. The sky was real dark and let me see. Okay, so we're done there. That belongs to the top. Okay. All right. I'll do this for a second. I'm not going to worry about any of that stuff. It really belongs to the bottom. I'm not concerned about it. My only concern is the top. And that's it. You can air peel it if you want to. I'm just using my fancy peel board. Haven't used it in forever. And this is the reason I dislike the Lumar products in general, but well, what can I do, right? I'm only a small guy. I'm gonna go ahead and do this. No touchy nowhere. Bottom, plenty of juice. Now we can go ahead and scoot them on down. Scoot them on down. Okay. And right here to the right. Oh, see how it touched? Fucking shit. Fuck the curling thing. Okay. So as I promised, right there, like superbly micro, and then right there is superbly micro. See right there? That's it. The microness of micro at its finest. Oh man, I hate my film touching the sides and stuff. Okay, dry it all in one up there. All on one here, dry it, arriba, there you go, all the way to the side, pum pum, no gap light, no nothing. I could have shaved the window, but I just showed you how to like not shave it and have a superb edge at the top. You can still shave it, it'll look pretty badass. Okay, we're done there. All on one again, sides. The reason I'm using the tools and having talk about them is because people see them on my website and they run into my name and they go, what do you use that tool for? And I can kind of explain, but it's just better to just go ahead and do it here in the tube, right? Okay, it's gonna go up there. Okay, so we got our triangular piece in there. Okay. I put my little guy away and about right here. Here you go. This guy again. Okay. Okay, we're gonna put him there. One click. And I already spent this click, so there you go. So the one click, let me go outside and do my thing right. Okay, so I deliberately left it like right there, that way I can just go with this much of a click and go. Okay, I put the water out of this guy or no? I thought it wiggled. Okay, no more wiggly. Maverick Richard Juarez, el mero jefe de los mobile tinners. I bet he's got a lot of tricks with his deal. I bet he does. Okay, there. There. And there. Where's the gap light, right? Okay, so I'm gonna go back here, use all my abilities of the tools. Okay. Okay. There it is, and then you want to be fancy, you can just go ahead and do 2 clicks. And there he is. When I apply him, he's going to go all the way to the edge. As you can see right now, there will be no gap of light. Okay. I haven't cleaned the inside, but I'm going to show you what I'm going to do as far as the cleaning goes. Okay, that's about it. Okay, so I'm going to put him here momentarily. Square blade, dig in here. There's adhesive from the previous install. Digging inside there, removing all the crap. Old adhesive right there. Oh, the stainless plate. I never finished saying why the hell I use stainless plates. I use them over and over again for adhesive and stickers and stuff like that. I don't really use them too much because we do more new cars than we do this older cars. So I use my glass cleaner, the plastic yellow one, this one that you guys seen on the internet. So, but on this one I have to use this one. And stainless, because if I use carbon, first of all, the sharpness, but it's not really the sharpness, but it is kind of. But the biggest reason is that this thing does not corrode. So I keep this like for a long time. I never really replace them. And when I kind of like see that it's all spent and beat up, then I will replace them. It always stays like right here, right there. So I don't, because I really don't keep them in my pouch because I really don't use them. A lot of people talk about flushing and toothbrush and this and that. The more shit that you do, the more stuff you're going to dislodge from in there. It's really about how to handle this deal, right? So we're going to go ahead and do that. All the way to the edge. Use this square edge. It's a little bit better than this one. This one will flex too much and not do the job that you need it to do right. So we did it once, far away like that. I'm just going to glide him down there. Okay, there he is. There he is, all the way down. There you go. There you go. There you go. Buddy Land, Corey Land, the Land brothers, Jose Chimal, great people. I appreciate you guys. Corral, Jason, you do wonderful videos, man. I appreciate them, love them. You're a natural on TV, bro. I tell you what, you're a natural on TV. There's a million other followers. I'm sorry that I do not name all of them. Doesn't mean that I don't know you. Too many of you, way too many. You see all this dirt and whatever right here? Okay, it's just from the bottom. The top, I'm not gonna do anything as far as wetting it. Nope, because then water is gonna come down. I flushed the bottom only because I know I don't want it to be sitting there and suck into my film when I lay it. So I did that, and that's as much of the shit that I'm gonna do there. Okay, enough of that. This, I don't want to bite it here. I don't want to bite it here. I want to bite it right here. I'll hold it, put it over my hand, and this film curls like a snake. So just be careful when you lay it. Okay, I do this, and pretty much what I've done for the last 3 decades. Gonna start there, make contact, walk them up ever so slowly, like stayed stuck right here. Hold on. There you go. We have success. There it is. There's your micro edge right there. Now right here I'm going to manage it very well because you don't want to slam it like that. We're going to go ahead and lock it in first like that from the tip. Lock it, lock it, lock it, lock it. Chaka-laka-laka. And kind of like lock it everywhere else. I know that everything else is perfect because right here it has a micro hair of light, meaning it's in position where it needs to be at. That's pretty much it. So we're gonna go ahead and do this slowly, 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 down, 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 slowly, slowly, slowly. All right, my man, I think you saw it. Now we're gonna go ahead and just finish off the inside here. And I hear my customer outside that he arrived by the slamming of the door. Here's one particle of dust. He's gone now. Okay, all the way to the edge. This stuff, manage it like that ever so carefully, because the more ramming you do this and whatever, shit's gonna come like with lines of dirt and go into your film. So we manage it just like that so that the dirt can stay where it belongs, which is at the bottom. And that's about it, man. Dry this up, bring them in here, close them up. This guy I'm going to remove. There it is. Panel is dry as supposed to be for my customer. I'm going to go ahead and cut this short because I got to hurry up on that one and go ahead and turn it into the customer. Guys, I appreciate it. Follow it from around the world: YouTube, Facebook, Google, everywhere that you guys contact me. If I don't answer right away, because I'm normally doing a lot of other things, but you sure are welcome to go ahead and give me a call on my phone, text, whatever. And I appreciate you following, and reach for the stars. Have an awesome day. GoPro, stop recording.